You started your company like way early. You were 22, right?
I was 22.
And you started it here.
I started it in
What about AI?
AI. Okay.
Can AI put you out of work?
The biggest problem as an Indian, are you scamming me? Are you trying to scam me?
Oh.
That's
That's actually us, not you. That's the Africans who do this, not Indians. You're a company owner, right? You need a web developer. You have someone from Sweden and someone from India.
okay.
And you need 2 developers. Are you gonna pay them the same?
I've talked with a ton of people who have said the same line back to me. Why do Indians or why do Pakistani developers, I'm talking about
Yeah.
IT in the IT field, why do they not come back to us with challenges or tell us that this doesn't work? How about we do it this way?
Yeah.
How do we fix this in a much more creative way? That doesn't happen in India or in any of the other countries for some reason.
Yeah.
As opposed to a company in Europe or the US.
Indians, they're very good at accounting and IT. The CEO of Google is Indian. You receive a lot of DMs from Indian people telling you that, look, we can do your websites and all of that. It's something that the whole world is aware about. So today I had like this idea, like who I can invite for an episode where we can talk about IT and why Indians are good in IT. Is there like a common thing in them, in their brains? Because, you know, Indians, they created math. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And we're seeing that there is a lot of Indian in the field of accounting, but IT as well, which is a little bit like there is relatability there, like arithmetics and algorithmics and all of that. So just I have with me Muhammad, aka Mo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Mo, right?
Yeah.
So Mo, you're 26, right?
26.
And you have your own company.
Correct.
You started your company like way early. You were 22, right?
I was 22.
And you started it here.
I started it in India.
And then you brought it here.
Yeah, I brought it here.
When did you brought it here?
Last year.
Last year.
Beginning of last year.
So,
we started
okay.
working on it.
So you choose Dubai as a place because of the opportunities. I think because of the opportunities and all of that.
Absolutely. Opportunity is the main thing. Like I was looking at different countries,
Yeah.
which to choose from, which is good. And for me, I never had any big clients in India. Major part of my business was from the US, from the UK,
Yeah.
a couple of them from other European regions.
Yeah.
So I chose Dubai mainly because I wanted to be in front in a city where I can reach out to them in a global market. What India does to me is I can't get the payments easily. I can't do a lot of these transactions unless I'm a big company.
Agency, and you're just starting. But in Dubai, it helps you operating from Dubai. It helps your personal brand or your brand or like the caliber of your brand become more heavier, like you're operating from Dubai.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
great. Okay, let's come back to the question: why Indians are good in IT? I want to know. Burst my bubble. Why?
There's a lot of reasons, absolutely, but India is a country with the largest population in the world, number one, and all of us are taught in a certain way that
Yeah.
we study, we get a job, we start working for international companies. That is how we are.
You think it's a social construct, like because you're a lot, so you need to go to international. So what can take you international? Software. One of the
Correct,
things, yeah.
correct. That's the main thing. Like everyone's dream now is to become the next Sundar Pichai or the next, whomever it is.
Yeah.
They want to become the next person by working their way
Yeah.
up.
And he was in India. He started from the bottom, bro.
Yeah.
From India to the U, and now he's the CEO of Google.
Absolutely crazy.
What? It's like crazy.
Yeah.
But you don't think that there is something with the brain? Like you don't think Indians, they have an analytical mind? Because you know they are very meticulous. They take consideration the small details. You know, because you know that like Indian culture, there is a lot of numerology in it. Like there's a lot of arithmetics and algorithmics. You don't think it's like a special thing with Indians that they're good in algorithmics for some reason, like a genetical thing, don't you think? Or you think it's just a social construct?
Genetics is there definitely. half of my family are engineers. I just put it there. That's because they are brought up in such a way. Hey, in my family,
Yeah.
I can say it up front that we have quiz sessions where one of my uncles would come in and suddenly say, "Hey, what's the newest thing that's coming out?
Yeah.
Can you do this calculation right now? I'll
Yeah.
just throw it in front of you."
Yeah,
Let's
it's like
see.
it's like a family of geeks somehow.
Geeks,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
want you to become like that.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
And me becoming an entrepreneur was a tough thing. Like everyone was kind of against the whole idea, not just family,
Yeah.
like everyone, my schoolmates, my best friend,
Yeah.
like everyone was kind of, oh my god,
Are you sure?
no, not are you sure? If you fail, come to us. That's the type of
You
conversations
think, I
I've
got
had.
your point. You think when they told you if you fail, come to us, reduce a little bit of your desire or eagerness to reach, because if you burn the boats, if you don't know that there, if you know that there is no safety net, there is no, you know, you're not gonna
I know.
be, you're gonna fall, you're gonna hit the ground.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd be more interested or more eager or more in fire to not fail.
Yeah.
But if your family tell you, oh, it's okay, try. If you don't make it, we're here. You will not be as, you know,
Yeah.
as fiery as
Yeah.
someone who have no plan B.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say someone gave me this advice: work in a company for at least 1 year, then start, because if there is a backup idea. Okay, if something happens, I can work. That is there in the mind, but I decided that that safety net is just going to stop me. And if I want to do something, I need to just jump in and just
see
take
what
action.
happened. So
Yeah.
okay, you were 22 years old when you become a company owner or an agency creator, an entrepreneur in action.
Yeah.
And during that time, I believe you never worked for people. Did you work for people?
I did.
So you were before 22. You had a job.
Yeah, I had a job. I
So-
worked for about 1 year and 8 months in a group of schools, colleges.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. And you jumped from working for people to having your own company. And you said it, like family was against this.
Yeah.
What made you, do you think you are, there was something that influenced you from a young age to become an entrepreneur? Like what was the catalyst? How come you just decided, I'm going to be an entrepreneur? There's a lot of Indians here. Everybody he can have like clients from abroad. I'm not going to do like them. Or I'm going to do like them, but I will operate as a company, not like as a freelancer. I think this is how you thought about it.
Yeah.
So what was the catalyst? How did you do it?
Catalyst, one is my mom. I'm bringing her up mainly because she is an entrepreneur herself, and she's not doing any business at the moment. She does some businesses on Amazon, but that's like a recurring passive income that she has. Like you can see, she has that
Acumen of,
and she said, "Go for it. If
Yeah.
don't care about anything else, just go at it and see what happens. I have given you all the education that you need.
Yeah.
Just
You
take
can
off.
You can make it.
Yeah, you can make it." And from then on, it just dawned on me that I just need to keep working on myself. And
So you think that the influence? So it was an influence of your mother. Maybe when you were young, you saw her. She was trying to do trading here. She was
Yeah.
trying to buy and sell here. She was trying to start a business here,
Absolutely.
and it stayed in your head, right? Do you know that this? I have the same thing. I have a mother that she have that acumen of an entrepreneur. My father is an
really?
employee guy, but my mother, she's into business. She tried 2 or 3 things when I was young. Some of the things they succeeded, but she sacrificed them to raise us, me and my brother and my sister. But I can understand you when you say your mother. I can understand you. It makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Okay, so you started. The influence with your mother was your mother, so I think you have something of her. But you were like more into IT and all of that.
Yeah.
You saw a gap there. I said I can start my agency, right?
Correct.
Was it easy?
It wasn't. It never is easy to get into that market because the main challenge is the first client. the first person who actually pays you to get a work done, that's very hard to get, especially if you are in an Indian market and you want to make ton of money to kind of grow this into
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
works. And most likely the scenario is you're working for a diamond nickel kind of thing where
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
that's a very tough situation to be in, but I had people who helped me, and
Cool.
yeah, it took me from being a completely novice to just going out there and talking with people, connecting,
And you were
seeing from
connecting
there.
with people through internet. How did you find your clients?
That's a story in itself.
Go ahead.
So,
I like stories.
I was one day watching a YouTube video by this guy called Chris Do.
Chris Do.
Chris Do.
Do, yeah, the Chinese, like Asian guy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's very charismatic.
Yeah, he's very charismatic and he has some brilliant talking points
Yeah.
that he teaches to all these creative people. And I was listening to his YouTube video, and he was talking to this person called Melinda Livesey.
All right.
And she became a brand strategist. And a brand strategist is basically a person who helps people tell their story, brand story, to the world, in a much more digestible way.
All right. That makes sense. Yeah.
And she was making a ton of money doing it. Like, they were talking about 10K, 5K per project, just doing the strategy part.
10K, 5K dollars, right?
Dollars. Yeah. And I was super interested. Okay, I'm doing websites right now.
Yeah.
I want to make that kind of money. So how do I do it? How do I get to that point?
Yeah.
And I got this idea that I should get in touch with her. Like, try. That's
That's the key.
the main
Yeah.
word I would put.
Do it.
Try.
Just do it. Try.
So
Yeah.
I reached out to her. I said, "Hey, Melinda, I want to join your program, or I want to learn this. I want to become this brand strategist person." And she said, "Okay, this is the course fee. I believe it was $2,500 to join the program."
Did you have the money?
No, I basically was living on $250 a month as my salary.
I can imagine, because you were living in the rate of India.
Yeah.
And she was operating from the US, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, correct.
It was a big gap for you to.
Big gap.
And how did you pull it off? Did you do the course? Or how?
I did.
How?
So funny enough, she said she needs some time to get back to me, and I got back to her and said, "Hey, I need a payment plan. See, I don't have money,
Yeah.
but I want to learn this."
I think you saw the investing in yourself. It's a big thing.
It's a huge thing. It's the most important thing.
You know, even for me, I'm still struggling with the idea of investing in myself. Like, for me, lately, bro, I'm starting to do this podcast, and it's working because almost 1.5 years ago, I paid 3,000 dirham for an editing course. Can you believe this? So that editing course is the reason why I'm doing good in
Exactly.
content creation.
Exactly. I got into web development because of an internship. And I was learning web development while I was
Yeah.
doing the internship. I wasn't getting paid, but I was learning.
Yeah.
And that
You're paying through your time, and you're receiving knowledge.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, I need a payment plan.
Yeah.
Can we work something out?
Yeah.
I'm eager to do this. I'm
Yeah.
very eager." And she said she needs some time to discuss or something. And she got back to me and said, "Hey, every year we offer one person sort of a scholarship thing where we offer this program completely for free. All you have to do is give us a good review."
That's it.
yeah,
You're
that's
like, sure, I will do the review right now. That was
Exactly,
sick.
exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I think she saw that you were really, really eager, and she wanted to help you. At the end of the day, they could have
Absolutely.
given it to someone else.
That's
Yeah, but they gave it to you because she saw you really wanted it.
Yeah, that's the thing. There were a lot of people gunning for it, but I told her my situation. I told her my story.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Okay, I'm giving you this opportunity. Come in. We'll see where it goes." And it was a crazy, crazy community and group that I was in. There were people talking about, couple of millions in sales. Like,
And you're like, wow.
yeah, it's the people around you that impacts you the most.
Yeah, they
And
change it. Like you were in touch with the different caliber of people. You like your brain opened up.
Yeah.
So can you just explain what's a brand strategist consultant? This is the course, right? It's about this.
Yeah, but
What
it
is
was
it?
called Brand Strategy Bootcamp.
All right.
Okay, and the idea is, in order to sell a product, you need to be able to sell a story. This could be the story of the entrepreneur
Yeah.
or the story of the product. And how do you convey that with messaging, with branding, with logos? Like, for
How
example,
to put the story in the symbolism in the product, and that's continue. But I will add something when you finish your explanation.
yeah. For example, like Nike. Let's take Nike as an example. How much do you think they charged for the logo?
I think like 1 million plus, or maybe even I heard that there is a logo that was made for 1 billion plus.
I don't think it's 1 billion, but it was close to 4 or 5 million. I don't exactly
No,
know.
but there is a logo of a company. The company paid more than 1 billion for a logo, and I saw it in the reel. I didn't fact check it yet. I want to do research if it's real.
Yeah.
But this page, they don't lie, and I don't remember the brand, but it was a 1 billion logo. But if you tell me 5 million was the logo, was the
think
price
so.
of the Nike logo, I'm not impressed. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, but I'm not surprised because
Yeah.
I heard this before. Yes, I know.
And do you know how much Elon Musk paid for the URL Tesla.com?
No, I have no idea.
$70,000 just to get the URL.
The .com thingy.
.com. That's it.
Wow.
That's branding. That's
That's branding. I want to ask you something. I have two questions now in my mind. So before I'm gonna ask you the question, I'm gonna come back to the story in the brand.
Oh yeah.
So I worked for Louis Vuitton for 3 years.
Okay.
Everybody who works for Louis Vuitton knows the story of Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
When you are doing a sales ceremony in Louis Vuitton or any luxury brand, when a client come, you have to do a sales ceremony, bringing the coffee, getting to know them and all of that. The most important thing in the sales ceremony, except of the being hospital, is actually telling the story of Louis Vuitton. This is so important. And each product in Louis Vuitton have also a story. So storytelling is so important. And in the beginning, I was like, what, they're wasting our times with this storytelling. If I can get 5 clients instead of 1 client because I'm wasting time with storytelling. And I realized that when I tell the story, I do more sales.
Exactly.
And then I understood the power of story. Storytelling is everything. And brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever, man, they're so attached to their story, like crazy. It's like religion, man. So I understand why this boot camp was important.
Absolutely.
Now to come back to the story, to the question. To be honest, I'm about to give up on websites. Because you said Elon Musk, he paid a lot of money to buy Tesla.com or whatever.
Why?
Like, for example, I think I can buy check.com. But I didn't feel like it's important. I'm not like really.
What makes you think it's not important? Or what is important to you?
I think websites are not needed anymore, to be quite honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So how are you going to build your business? Give me an idea. Without a website.
Through social media and a landing page. I think websites became more landing pages than websites.
That's how I would put it in a way. But I would argue that social media is the way where you kind of bring the attraction.
Yeah.
But website is where you get the money.
But which one is more important? Like which one should be in the front? The website or the social media, according to you?
I am going to be a little different here and say that website is way more important
Than social media?
Absolutely.
Come on.
See, if you can connect with 100 people, ask them to come to your website, buy your product, and then get them to make a purchase.
Yeah.
That's it. You're making money. But you need to put that effort and grow that social media community. It's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, obviously.
It's too much time.
Of course.
And in terms of that website, having a website is the number one priority.
Okay, but like how you can, if you have just a website, you don't have social media, how you can drive traffic to the website?
Paid ads. You don't need a social media account for it. You can just pay for it and get things rolling. If that is how you want to go. If you want to just, like, bring in a community or something, get an influencer. You don't have to have a personal page. Just
You can pay an influencer, and then if you have the website, people, they will go to your websites.
Exactly.
Okay, this versus having each company having a social media platforms, not platforms like they can open in TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and putting like a budget for media versus the same budget if they give it to an influencer or Google Ads or like a billboard. Which budget on a long run, or which way of marketing on a long run will be more beneficial? Having a social media platform or using social media influencers and billboards and Google Ads? And which one take more money?
Long term.
But which one also take more money?
Long term, I would say the own platform is good.
Yeah.
But having that presence, the idea is to be in front of the customer the most amount of time. Take Emirates, for example. You see Emirates while you're driving on the road. You see Emirates while you're watching football. You see Emirates while you are browsing your phone.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
You will land in the airport and you see Emirates.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
But like, which, of course, like if you're saying this, then you will know that now the priority is social media because everybody is on social media. So for me, it's not that I'm not gonna give up a website. I will do a website, but I'm playing already the game of social media. I am actually a social media content creator.
Exactly.
Like for me, I can even like never open a website and still roll. I need the landing page, obviously. Maybe I'll call you for that. You got my point.
Maybe, yeah.
I need a landing page, obviously, but it's a landing page. It's no more a website. Like there is a web page now. The website, it's somehow dying. So web page, which is either in social media, or even like there is web pages. The word web page actually is also a website. The website is a web page, but having a web page in a social media platform is more beneficial than having a independent web page there somewhere in the net. You got my point?
Again, it comes from your perspective.
Yeah, it's from like in my situation.
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's mandatory or a priority, or should I do it to buy like check.com? Do you think?
Okay, I'll put it.
By the way, if someone wants to steal it, it's already stolen, so you cannot steal it. And I don't care.
I'll tell you this. You are an influencer and you want to grow.
No, I'm a podcaster.
You are a podcaster.
/ you can call me also a content creator, yes.
Content creator and a podcaster.
Yeah.
And you're trying to grow your community online. Perfect. Having a website brings that easier version of storytelling. Like your social media page will have all the content there.
Yeah.
But they want to know more about who you are. And you can't put that content every time on your social media.
You cannot put it in a bio.
You can put it in your bio, but what if they want to learn more? They can scroll and see your post, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if they want to see a more professional side of it?
I can put the link of LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yeah, that's again a social media.
Yeah, it's social media. It's like now you will diversify yourself, or you will fragment your presence through 5 social media platforms, and those 5 social media platforms, they will work together to create a big funnel for you. And you can, bro, I didn't mention sponsoring through social media at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's killing Google Ads. Like Google Ads, they're not as performing the same way as sponsoring on TikTok or Instagram. You got my point?
Yeah.
I think this is a better if you, and I think it's more cost effective. You can do it for free.
Cost effective. Website is also free. You can start a website without
Wix, with Wix.
with Wix. Most of them have free web pages now. You don't have to pay for much, except for the hosting, maybe.
Obviously, yeah, but the hosting is getting like, bro,
Yeah.
check.com is like, they told me $1,500, I think. And that's a price of a
Premium.
normal
hosting, I think.
a normal website. Like,
No,
for-
there are hosting services that give you the hosting for zero. I do know some that offer this. But
I think because of me, what happened, I think you can help me. I did check.com and in GoDaddy, right?
GoDaddy. Yeah,
And then there was like a website broker. And for some reason, that website, like that check.com, it's already purchased by this broker.
yeah.
And I have to deal with him. And I have to pay him,
Yeah.
I don't know, I think $500 or something
Yeah.
less than that.
To negotiate.
To negotiate with him.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell him, fuck off. You and your website.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the domains. It's all about having that name.
Yeah.
It's again, it comes down to branding. And like you said, I'm bringing you back to the idea. You said everything is a funnel.
Yeah.
But where are you leading them to? How are you going to make your money?
Oh,
I'm
now
going
you
to-
now he beat. No, but again, it's the landing page. Okay, look, landing page is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can agree in this debate that websites become landing page.
Exactly.
To like sum up all this funnel. Yeah, you got me here. So your job is still very important because you are the guys who make the landing pages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So you never go out of business because social media need a landing page, which is a website.
the idea is to have the best landing page, the best storytelling that you could possibly have.
Yeah.
In today's market. For example, if your website, if someone goes to your page and if you have a ton of menu bars there, no one cares anymore.
Yeah.
Who's going to go to the about page? Who's going to click on, hey, I want to check Walid Malik? Like you said, it's all about social media.
Yeah,
now.
it's all about. They want to see you talking who you are, not reading who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just want to see what you're selling. Oh, okay. This is me.
Yeah, this is 90% of people, not only you. I believe majority of people, they don't have even the time to read.
Exactly.
Okay, I have another problem here.
Okay.
What about AI?
AI. Okay.
Can AI put you out of work?
AI is already taking over some parts of web development.
So do you think one day we won't need human web developers?
Not really.
Why?
Not really. Who's making the AI? That's the first question.
Of course, humans, but then
Yeah.
the AI will take over. It will be like self-learning, like
Let me ask you this. Who invented the calculator?
humans, us.
Yeah. And who puts the numbers in the calculator?
It's us.
Exactly.
So do you think it's the same analogy?
Exactly.
So people will, okay, but like how this will apply to AI?
It will become a time where people need AI as a support for everything they will be doing. But we are going to be using it as
A tool.
exactly as a power button to just push us to the
All right.
friend.
So you're telling me that AI actually will help web developers. It will not
It's
push.
already
Yeah.
is. It already is changing the game.
All right, cool.
The copywriters are slowly going out of business. A lot of parts of the website have already changed. It has come to a time where we are being entirely supported by AI in coming with the images, coming up with the videos, coming up with the content for the website.
I got your point. So what you're telling me is that the businesses, they will run better cost effectively also because you don't need employees. So some people will lose their jobs, but the entrepreneurs, they will benefit out of AI.
Absolutely.
And the
1000%.
with the creatives and the branding and the storytelling, it will be something put by a human being into the AI, and the AI will make the magic happen.
It's more of an inspiration before it becomes a viable product. AI right now is giving all the inspiration that it can to make us come out with something that is so unique.
I got your point. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we now know that AI is compiling information from all over the
Yeah.
world and
Yeah.
giving us something.
The best.
Yeah. But from that best, we can make even better.
All right.
That's how I
So
would
you
put it.
cannot only rely on AI. Because I believe you told me that when we talked earlier, we talked when we spoke before the podcast. You told me, Waleed, like if everybody use AI, so everybody will have the same product.
Exactly.
So it's you guys, you will make the difference between product A and product B because you're using the same tool to make things fast, but then you will do the last touches to a little bit change it and tweak it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, when ChatGPT came, the number one thing students were using ChatGPT for was to kind of like do their
homework
project. Yeah. But now there's a website called gpt0.com. You can check it out. If you put the report or whatever in it, it'll come back and say 1% done by human, 99% by AI. That itself.
It can tell you if it's an AI product.
And people care. People really, really care. If you send a message to me, the first thing I'll do is put it in that and see if it is written by a person or
Oh my
not.
God, are you doing it?
I'm already
How
doing
many
it.
people are using AI? Just tell me, please. You do it with emails, right?
A ton of people are reaching out to me on LinkedIn already. And what I'm seeing is 90% of them are AI.
You know what?
Yeah.
Me, I'm a script writer. I don't know if I told you that. I want to do short films. And I started doing YouTube. So I was trying sometimes to use AI to help me with wording. English is not my first language. Actually, it's my third language. So I speak Arabic, then French, and then English, right?
Okay.
So I sometimes use AI just to make my wording sounds smarter and good. And I noticed like there is these words that they always repeated in ChatGPT, and I didn't really like them. So I started using ChatGPT as a judge. I literally put my script and I tell ChatGPT, what do you think about this script? Is it engaging? And ChatGPT, it's like we become friends. And I rarely change or maybe get inspired by, okay, how can there is this word, I don't really like it. Give me synonyms of this word. And ChatGPT, so I noticed that now I'm not winning time with ChatGPT. I'm losing more time, but I'm making a more perfect. My perfection is more. I'm making a better product, but I'm wasting more time. But it's good because I'm making a quality product. So AI is not to save time. It's actually to make the product better. And it's a co-working space between the human brain and AI together. Then something good will happen. That's what I noticed.
That's what's exactly happening. Most of the people in my field, I'm talking with people in the US, people in Europe, people in Dubai, all over the world. And they keep saying, hey, I'm doing web projects now where I get the code from ChatGPT or I get the content from ChatGPT, I rework it. So it has become a companion now.
It's like a friend.
Exactly.
I used to have 3-4 friends. We're talking about script. And now me and ChatGPT on my computer. And now there is this ChatGPT that talks to you. I see ChatGPT 4. Amazing. Like it's better than a human.
It's like your imaginary friend came to life.
I swear. No, but look.
More knowledgeable.
You cannot, I tried to test it as a friend. It cannot be a friend. It's just a good co-working buddy. AI. But as a friend, you need like a falsy brain like yours because AI is too developed. They cannot understand. I think, you know what I mean? But I want to tell you also one more thing. Now, when I see someone pulling an intro in a podcast, so I watch a lot of podcasts, especially new podcasts, to see how they're doing it, I can know that the person brought the intro from the AI. And I think this is not good because the same way you cannot be friends with AI, you cannot connect with
humans.
You cannot connect because you're bringing a word from AI. It's not authentic. You know what I mean? And that's something on a subconscious level, the audience will not pick up on that. So I don't think it's a good strategy anyway if you're doing it.
The same thing for the people reaching out to me on LinkedIn. The first thing I started checking because I felt like they're just reaching out to me almost like putting me in a database. Hey, reach out to Mo, use this content from his LinkedIn, say hi, try to get a sale. And this AI system or automated system is reaching out to me and trying to get a sale or getting a booking. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not the way. Like again, I think we need to. This is good. We're talking about this on a podcast. I think we need to teach people, the people who start using AI, even though I use it on an artistic way, for an artistic way, which is more complicated. I think what we need to do, we need to educate people how to use AI.
Correct.
Because they are not using it in the right way. They're not maximizing the potential of AI because they are literally bringing AI and letting AI do the work, it doesn't work like this. It's not to save time. If you want to save time, do it yourself.
Exactly.
AI is to make it better, not to make it faster. All right?
Those, put that in a board, add some light, and show it to everyone.
That's a good reel, by the way. High five. You left me hanging, bro.
I'm sorry.
All right, look, let's come back to your story a little bit. So we stopped in this chapter where you decided to invest in yourself through that lady. What's her name?
Melinda Livesey.
And then she gave you a free course, which is amazing. And then you got introduced to this community of people. And then what happened after that?
I got projects. I was talking with all these people that were connecting with me with more sort of international companies or entrepreneurs, and suddenly I was making like a 5 to 10K. I was getting to that level where
Of client, and you were and from India, right?
From India. That's a game changer. But the challenge for me was making that money in my bank account. I wasn't able to get the transactions
Even through crypto.
Crypto at the time wasn't really
Big.
there. Yeah, it still was like people were questioning it.
Yeah,
and
like how come I pay you through crypto? Your clients maybe
yet.
they didn't have access. All right,
Not
like,
yet, because again, I was just starting out, 22 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take any risks, and they didn't want to. And the biggest problem as an Indian, are you scamming me? Are you trying to scam me? That's
actually us, not you. That's the Africans who do this, not India.
No, you would be crazy to hear that. Most of the people that I've reached out to abroad, they think that
You're scamming them.
you're scamming them.
Bro, I don't know if you know, but cybercrime in the US and Canada and UK is so high. You know how many people are getting scammed? Bro, these people are suffering. And this is why they are very cautious, and now they have anxiety when someone called them for a service from abroad. You
Exactly.
know? Yeah.
And even if you are legit, you can't argue with them because you can understand like what sort of background they're coming from, what sort of experiences they're getting, and it's.
So was this the main reason for you to come to Dubai?
Yeah, mainly.
Mainly, to have more credibility.
It was a major like decision where I had to think, if it was in Dubai, I would have gone to some other country where I could open a bank account, set up a business.
Yeah,
but Dubai
and
was
be credible.
Yeah.
So you did your research, you landed on Dubai. First of all, before we talk about you, there's a lot of Indians in Dubai.
Yeah.
Right? I think there is a lot of countries where there's a lot of Indians. UK is one of them. I mean, even the US. But in Dubai, bro, if there is no Indians in Dubai, it would be very hard to make Dubai run. Like all HRs are Indians. Maybe all people in key positions are Indians. When it comes to business, yeah?
Correct.
So I think like the nation of GCC and the nation of India, they work a lot together. I mean, we're talking hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
They started to get oysters and those things.
Yeah.
There's huge history. So it's intertwined. Why? Do you think it's only because of the history that there's a lot of Indian here? Because this region have a history with the Indian people, or because of the community here, or there is other reasons why there is a lot of Indians coming to Dubai? Why specifically UAE, let's say in general?
Well, number one, India is the most populated country in the world again.
Yeah, I know that.
In terms of population, we just have to be everywhere. We can't just stay in that country.
Yeah, you and the Chinese guys, you will occupy the whole earth one day.
One day, probably. So for us, earning money is a big thing, and for our family especially, it's a huge deal that we take care of everyone and we prosper.
We have the same, like us, you guys and us, the Arabs, we have the same family orientations. Not like the West, but I can understand that.
That's one thing Arabs and Indians really relate with. Westerners, we kind of friction in terms of
the Westerners
that as well.
are different in that. Look, Brian, I heard that the Americans, the South Americans, like Latinos and all of that, they have this family inclinations as well, like us. They're family people.
I agree.
Yeah. I feel like the third world countries, they love their families.
Maybe that's why.
It's very crazy anyways. But.
Yeah. Some people, some entrepreneurs or podcasters or people who talk about this say that we become bigger entrepreneurs without people holding us back. That might be something there. Like,
You think that's you think I think it's the opposite though. I think we become bigger entrepreneurs if we are family people.
that's true.
But there is a sacrifice, yeah.
Yeah.
We will sacrifice time with them. We will not meet them, but the reason why we're doing extra or we're doing the extra mile is because we in our head we have to take care of a larger number of people.
Exactly. That's how I see it as well.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can do the business with your
Yeah.
whole heart into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And for the sake of representing India,
Yeah.
it's a huge weight on my shoulders. But I'll tell you this way: we come to foreign countries to make money for our family back home, and for us that's the
Main thing. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we come here, we try to do business, and if you look at it in a different angle, I would say Indians work way more than Indians and all the Africans and other third.
Yeah, but Indians they go to the extra mile compared. I want to ask you something. There is a lot of speculations in the market, like when it comes to wages, like white Asians or white people from the third world country.
I knew you were going to bring that
Yeah.
up some way when I started talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because this is the right question for what you're talking about. Why you think that there is? Why you think, from the eyes of the business owners, anybody who start a business, I mean, it includes you because you started a business, right? Why somehow those people who have business, they are inclined to pay a Westerner, let's say, slightly better than someone from Africa or India or from the third world countries. Especially when it comes to India, for example, when it comes to website design, we know that Indians are good, right?
Yeah.
Then why we feel like the payment for Indians, not only here, like worldwide, why is cheaper?
It's the perspective that we come from, the background, the environment that we come from. That's how I would start off with. For us, compared to making money in India, whatever we are making here is way higher. For example, we can have an earning here and send half of it back home in India and build a house. That's a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
But for the Westerners, I would say that if they aren't getting enough money in their bank account, they see that I'm poor. I don't have money.
Yeah.
I want to spend. I want to enjoy here.
Yeah.
I'm coming from a rich life.
Yeah, I got your point.
Yeah.
So you think like maybe because the Westerners, they will pay back the economy of where they are, but versus Asians, Africans, all of those people, they will not pay back the land where they are. They will send it to their own people. So from an economic standpoint, you think that's why the wages are different?
I wouldn't say the same, because I see a lot of Indians who have worked here for, 20 years plus. and
Obviously, yeah.
They have their own villa, they have their own car.
I think they're the biggest investors.
You can see at least 10 Indians who were in the backbone of Dubai.
Yeah.
And they stayed here because of this.
Of course, yeah.
Because they were able to.
Yeah, it means a big thing for them.
Exactly.
It's their country, man. In the end of the day, they belong to this country. I mean, the good thing about the UAE, you belong to the UAE because, like, I was talking to a friend. He was like, "Yeah, I if I go to Europe, I will have a European passport. I will have this social services. They pay them like $500. They're euros." And I bring a calculator. I told him, if you gotta get retirement, you reach to retirement, you will live 30 years. And you get paid each month 500 euros. I did 500 euros time 12 time 30. And I show him the number. I told him, I know people that they make the same amount in 1 year because they came here, and it's an early stage, the GCC countries, and they don't need a retirement. This is how I feel this is my country, because I have the opportunities in this land.
Exactly.
You know, I have an old friend. He told me, your country is where you make money. That's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
absolutely. These people, yeah, they send back money home, but the idea is to settle here,
Yeah, yeah.
build your life here.
But you don't think that also in terms of websites, you guys, I heard you telling me that you guys can finish a website in 15 days, I think, right?
Yeah, less
is
than 15 days.
Less than 15 days. This, for example, is this gonna affect the quality?
Never. What we have done is we came up with a formulated process
Yeah.
to kind of get you through the website building
Yeah.
stages as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
We have done it so many times. We have built like 100 plus website over the course of last 6 years.
Yeah.
Myself, I'm a web developer, so I know the process by heart. I can make a website in 3 hours if you want me to.
Yeah.
But we have reached that point where we know the system.
All right.
And
so
yeah.
why someone, for example, from Sweden, let's say, he will charge more than someone from India in terms of web data? I'm talking about freelancers.
Yeah.
This guy is okay. Well, let's say they're both here because I can understand why in their countries they may charge more because Sweden maybe is more expensive than India and the currency and all of that. But let's say they're both here. You are okay. You're a company owner, right? You need a web developer. You have someone from Sweden and someone from India,
Okay.
and you need 2 developers. Are you gonna pay them the same?
No.
Why?
That's the thing. And that's the thing I've seen a lot of people face as a challenge here.
Yeah.
Like, and let's say a person from India, like a person from Sweden is here. And the Swedish man or woman or whomever is here and they're talking to you and they ask for like $5,000 a month as a salary. And
I believe they will ask for more, but let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
And you can't argue with them. They will show you their past work, how much ever their salary was previously, and you see all that. As opposed to the Indian man who or from Africa or wherever they're from.
From like third world countries, let's
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
And they're there. Their past salary or the income they were making
Yeah.
was much lower because the standard of living was much lower.
Yeah.
That's the main important part, standard of living.
So from where they're coming, it's what affect their wages. You cannot like, but even if, do you think if they do the same work, exactly the same work, let's say after 6 months, and let's say the African/Indian, whatever third world country guy tell you, oh look, I want to get paid the same as the person from Sweden, and they prove that they're good. Do you raise the salary for someone from the third world country?
It will be much more difficult for them to get a raise.
Why?
It's the owner's decision at the end of the day. I don't know why it's like that, but it is like that. Here, especially, I've seen a lot of business owners make that decision where I will pay them less because they don't need that much to live on.
Yeah. But in the end of the day, we have to see the work, the quality of work. I mean, for me, if the quality of work is the same after a span of time, a year or two, I will align the salary for maybe the beginning. I won't, but with time I will align the salaries because the quality of work. But I remember I talked with a lot of business owners, and they saw that the problem is not the quality. The problem is the leadership. The problem is the taking initiative. The problem is the culture. The problem is networking. When you have someone coming from a first world country, they see business in a better way than someone from Algeria, let's say, from my country. They don't understand business on a full scale. Maybe. He told me that affect as well the culture of the company. Like, this is affecting the salaries, not only the quality of work. I mean, the initiative. Like he told me, like, for example, someone taking initiative in terms of, oh, this is wrong, we can make it better. This won't happen maybe with someone from India or Algeria. Yeah. What do you think about that?
The challenge here is the background again, the environment, the story of all the people, where they came from.
Yeah.
What I've seen is I have had this experience before where I've talked with a ton of people who have said the same line back to me. Why do Indians or why do Pakistani developers, I'm talking about IT, in the IT field, why do they not come back to us with challenges or tell us that this doesn't work. How about we do it this way?
Yeah.
How do we fix this in a much more creative way? That doesn't happen in India or in any of the other countries for some reason.
Yeah.
As opposed to a company in Europe or the US where they'll come back to you with challenges and creative
Yeah.
ways to solve that problem.
Yeah.
And they'll keep doing that.
So that it's a culture, right?
Culture is a huge part.
Of course. So the same culture can be ingrained in the brain of the employee. Mm-hmm. So you think this is also affecting the wages because the Indian or African or someone from third world countries, they don't feel the need to come back with challenges versus someone coming from US or UK or Sweden, as we were talking. He might sit down, stop there, look, I can make this better because of this. He can challenge you as a client.
Again, it's a learned skill. I would back on you again because you previously said, beginning, you can have a lower end salary for them because they're learning to become like them.
Yeah.
And once you reach that plateau where they both are equal, you have to recognize that.
Yeah, when you recognize it, then you can fix the salary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But until then, I do understand that positioning.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that. But at the same time, the people here have a much more analytical side from India. We do exactly what
The
we are
client
ordered
said,
to.
you don't like, he wants it like this. I know he's wrong, but he's the client. I don't care. I'll make it, give him the product.
That's it.
And maybe even they use it like, oh, but I want to fix this. Okay, you have to give me more money. They use it as a trick.
Exactly. I've
Maybe,
seen so many people do it to me. And I hate that.
Yeah, but their price is already cheap, so they can at least do this. Like I get more power to them. Anyways, look, we reach a point in the podcast where we will do the challenge.
Okay.
So I have a challenge for you. Bro.
We are running late.
I know. How many? Just I need 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's
we
5-0. I know, bro. I do. I have more than 30 episodes here.
I'm just thinking because I have to switch over here.
That's why I will help you. Just give me 8 minutes. All right. Sorry, yeah. All right. So the challenge, I'm gonna give you a series of comparisons, and you're gonna pick A or B, like one or it's like this or that, and you're gonna pick one. If you want to build up why you picked this or that, you can build on that. All right. All right. We will start. iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone.
Obviously. Mac, Apple, or Windows, Microsoft?
Mac, Apple.
A lot of people they still go with Windows, Microsoft, but
I see.
Google or Safari?
Safari.
You're an iPhone guy. You're an Apple guy.
Yeah,
All right. Again,
I'm a convert into Apple. Yeah.
Yeah. You work with Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything Apple.
Yeah. Especially back end, front end is better with Apple. Websites or social media?
Websites.
Obviously.
I already told you.
Obviously, we already have the debate. Talabat or Deliveroo?
Talabat.
Uber or Kareem?
Kareem.
Bayut or Property Finder?
Bayut.
You use Bayut?
Yeah.
Over Property Finder? I like green. I use Property Finder. Anyways. Wild Wadi Water Park or Atlantis Water Park?
Wild Wadi.
You go to Wild Wadi. Usually people go to Atlantis, but you're free. Wild Wadi is more cozy.
Yeah.
Burj Khalifa or Burj Al Arab?
Burj Khalifa.
Marina or Dubai Marina or downtown? Dubai Marina or downtown?
Downtown.
Okay. City Walk or Blue Waters?
City Walk.
You go for City Walk. Just last question. Are you planning to leave Dubai or you're planning to stay here for...
Certainly. I've thought about this a lot. And the more I think about it, Dubai seems to be the base I want to build my foundation further.
So you'll always be based here, but maybe you can move around.
Exactly.
That's the best. That's the between lifestyle.
Yeah.
It was amazing, Mo.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is for me as well. Pleasure. It was a very interesting episode, especially when we talked about AI. That was a very good segment of the episode. Soon, inshallah, we will do another episode.
Inshallah.
And Mo checked. Done. I hope I didn't take a long time. 3 minutes.